Question. I've been gone all day, as you can probably know by the other videos that I've put up. Um, so picked up a few buckets of feed here. Few buckets, 19 to be exact. Um, People have been asking me about the swarm. Well, a couple things. First of all, I got a comment. Why are you feeding the bees so much? Seems like a waste of money. Well, that's not just for like today. It's going to be for a while. And also, I'm getting some for my mentor. So the real question that everybody's curious about is the swarm. So let's see what we got. Shall we see what we got? We've got me again. We've got bees on the front, guys. That's a good sign. Let's see what we got inside. I got a feed ring on here. Well, wow. Let's see. Well, there's bees coming out. Look at that. Got bees. We got bees. So let's close this up. I'm going to give them a little bit of pollen patty and a little bit of syrup because they have none, right? So we're going to, I'm going to put this other jar on there for temporarily while I fill their other jar up over at the truck. And I'll show you the syrup we got. I'm going to give them strong syrup, guys, because they got nothing. So just got my quart jar. Yeah, it looks like they're going to stay, Chris. Hoping. So what we got here is a 2-to-1. Let me find one that doesn't have a brand new lid on it. And everything's sticky. I'm really surprised the bees haven't divided and conquered this already. All the sticky over here, they haven't found it yet. But what I'm gonna do is pop that off. You can see how thick it is. It actually is darn near the same weight as honey. So it weighs about 50 pounds to a 5-gallon pail, which is more than water, but less than honey, right? So let me get just a jar. I've got jars everywhere, guys. Just find a jar that I can use as a scoop. Hey, here's my hive tools in the yard. We don't want that there. Ugh. Don't want to knock over the swarm colony. I'm just going to get a pint jar. Because what, 2 pints is a quart, right? So we'll, and I don't really want it all over the outside of my quart that I'm getting ready to fill up. I'm going to lean you guys against the bucket. So, yeah, you can see me, and I can see you. And I'm actually going to take this lid off of here. Try to. Ugh. And I bought some Beekeeper's Choice. It's got thymol and spearmint oil and lemongrass oil in it. I didn't really care for the lemongrass oil part of it, but is what it is. And then we're just gonna squeeze the bottle, get us some. Well, I'll probably have to take this off to let the air, and get a little bit in there. It might be a little much, but we're gonna put that in there. Close this back, and get some of this nice thick 2-to-1 right here. I'm going to mix it right in with the Beekeeper's Choice. It is thick, but they have nothing in that colony at all, so We're gonna try to get them stimulated here a little bit. All right, it's plenty enough for them right now, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm really surprised. There was bees all over at the plant there. They had bees pretty much everywhere. I'm just gonna, since it's got the beekeeper's choice in there, and got a little piece of pollen. It's kind of cold. I just pulled it out of the freezer. We'll see. I don't have anything to score it with at the moment, so let's see what we got. We're just gonna give them some. And if you haven't been following my videos, I've been just scoring the plastic and putting it on, and not might have to use a key or something to score it today, because I'm trying to keep out hive beetles out of it. Oh, I actually got a couple drops of rain, so I'm actually going to use a key, and that's all I did, guys. I just took the key and ripped a little hole in it, so the bees can get to it and the beetles have a harder time. And we'll take that and this and see what they do, see if they go on it. I'll actually sprinkle some in there. It's starting, we're getting a little bit of a sprinkle right now. Take that off, take my old hive tool off here, and let me flip you around. Hit the button twice as normal. All right, so this is the swarm from yesterday. I'm just gonna take this patty, set it on there, right there. That's it, done deal. We're gonna drip some of this in there. See if they get on it right away. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the drops, but they're going to get it. So let's put this lid back on. Try not to kill no bees. And drip them some down in the hole and let it go. There they go. They got feed. Now, hopefully, let me straighten this box up a little bit. Hopefully, due to the fact that they've got that guardian entrance, makes it easy for, if anything, I don't like it so much for the hive beetle prevention, to be honest with you. However, it does make it pretty easy for them to defend when they need to. So, because first of all, it's confusing to new bees that haven't been in there to you know, get in. First of all, I mean, it takes them a while to figure it out, and then once they figure it out, they're good. But it looks like, yep, we caught the swarm. They're in there. I'm gonna give them a few days and let them get used to their environment, and then we'll worry about, you know, putting some more frames in there and whatnot after they get established pretty good. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make a quart and put it over here on this colony, but I'm gonna switch the lid out because this one doesn't have a hole in it. So we're gonna get one with a hole, and I'm gonna make them up some feed and you know, try to give them a little bump, a little jump start. And actually what I'm gonna do is just gonna use this other jar. Let me flip this around again. All right, so I'm just gonna use this other jar, and it's got a, I'll put a little tiny bit of supplement in the bottom. There you go, little tiny bit. And actually did that kind of backwards, but it's fine. It'll make it. Sorry, you guys can't see me, but it'll make it. We're gonna give it some supplement, and some feed. You know, I was asked earlier why feed them so much sugar. Because sugar, this sugar syrup I get pretty cheap, and honey is much more expensive than the sugar. So, and this is also 2 to 1. So I can dilute it down, and I will. I'll make 10 gallons out of a 5-gallon pail. So that works well. Let me grab a lid, an unused lid over here, which I have many. There's one. We'll grab that one. And we're gonna throw this lid on the pissy colony. They'll probably be mad because I robbed their brood out and gave it to the swarm colony yesterday. And you know, we're just doing what we can to try to appease all of the hives. I haven't checked my trees to see if I got any more hanging, which I haven't seen any so far. This is going to be pretty easy here, I think. We're going to pop one lid off, and we're going to put the other lid on. Easy peasy. There you go. Whoop. I don't know why I got to hit my thing twice. Easy peasy. Feeder hole. Dribble some down in there. Pop the jar on. Done. And I'll pick up this old one that I just took off and carry it back here with my 2-framers. And that's that. We got a little bit of rain. I don't have any other feed out, so hopefully they don't get blistered. But I got plenty of sticky stuff on my truck that they could definitely take advantage of if they chose to. Let me see. Flip that around and see if I'm missing any comments. Maybe am, maybe not. Live chat. Nope. There we go. Hey Tim. So yeah, this syrup, guys, if you have a local sugar place to you, this is by far the best investment that you can make for as far as feed and sugar, because this right here, one 5-gallon bucket of 2 to 1 is $8. So if you split it and mix it, a 5-gallon pail of 1 to 1 is $4 where we get it from. So, you know, yes, I got 19, which is 38, but if I mixed it, it would cost me about $14 a bucket, and now it costs me $4. So I saved $10. You know, granted, there's cost in the bucket unless you get them for free, you know, pickle slices or whatever. But you know, it's a pretty good deal, I would say, as far as cost and feeding the bees. You know, that's my opinion. I'm not telling anybody else that. Sorry, I know you don't want to see my sticky fingers, but the thing is that I've been getting crap, you know, about why are you feeding the bees so much sugar? And again, the person in YouTube land doesn't know how many colonies I have. They don't know the situation here. You know, they just have no clue on what it takes, evidently, to raise bees and feed bees. And you know, when you have 50 plus colonies, they eat a lot. But some of that is not even mine. So that's, I mean, my mentor's buying some of those. So it's like, you know, you got to kind of take everything with a grain of salt. And obviously, I'm not going to put all that on there today. You know what I mean? It's like 38 buckets. That would take me quite a while, you know, to go through. I could go, if I put one in a day, if I put 1 bucket in my feeder a day and then diluted it, it would take me over a month to use all that. You know, by that time we're talking fall flow. So, you know, it's for me, it's making it till then. That's what it's about. I got to get them to that point. So I'm not buying bees every year. So anyway, that's my little rant. No big deal. But, well, I'm going to tell you what, Tim, those buckets, Dennis said he bought some last March, and they lasted all the way till this year. I mean, it's 2-to-1 sucrose. And it's, obviously in that little short I did today, there was no problem. I mean, you could see kind of how thick it is, but but it doesn't ferment for whatever reason. It doesn't mold or mildew. But with that being said, I mean, if you're going to dilute it down, then I would probably still use some apple cider vinegar or something. But this came right from Domino Sugar, their plant, their factory, whatever you want to call it, the Domino Sugar place. And it came right out of their tanks. It's the same stuff they put in there, you know, that they send out all over the country to be used. But it's the one thing is it's not high fructose corn syrup. It's actual sugar. So that was the reason I went with it. Plus, it's dirt cheap. I can't buy sugar this cheap. I mean, a 10-pound bag here is like $6 and something now. So 25 pounds is $14. And I usually use 25 pounds to a 5-gallon pail and fill it up, and that's what I dilute down. So it's a little bit stronger than 1-to-1 when I start. And that, so every bucket, $14. And I'm getting 2 buckets for $8. So you know, by the time you dilute it down to 1-to-1. So it's definitely a good deal and a good investment. So I would Google it, see where your local sugar factory is, where they bag up and package. Mine is an hour and a half away, so at least an hour and a half away. But even with the gas, I'm still, you know, $10 a bucket cheaper by doing it this way, and it's already mixed. You know, I don't know, Chris. I don't know if you can freeze it, buddy. I don't know. I mean, like I said, Dennis said his lasted, you know, like 6 months that he had it and nothing grew in it or anything. So, I guess, you know, I would just say don't get any more than you can use, you know, especially if you're like in a northern climate or something like that. Might be a, you know, most of us stop feeding. I don't feed syrup in the winter typically. I feed just sugar bricks over the winter. This for me is to make sure they've got enough weight on the colonies and they keep brooding right now. The reason I put that stuff in that nuke right there was because they didn't have any supplies, right? And I put feed on the other 2-framer that I took the frame of brood out for the swarm trap, because I'm pretty sure I took some of their resources when I moved that frame over, so I just wanted to give them something back. But you know what? Even with that being said, let me show you. It's kind of unusual because you guys saw the bees licking it up, but there's no bees. There's no bees on the outside. You don't see any bees getting to the outside of it. It's like these other bees aren't trying to rob it out, but they're coming up to get it, y'all. So we'll put that right back. Let me check the other one. It may not have found it yet. They're kind of down to the bottom a bit, but yeah, I mean, so it's hold on. I saw Earl say something, but I got sweat in my glasses and and the sun. So let me see. Hold on. Sorry. Hey, Lee. I mean, Earl. So yeah, that was the thing. I just, and if you guys haven't used this, from Blythewood Bee Company, their feeding supplement, it's got spearmint oil, lemongrass oil, thymol in it. So this is pretty good stuff. This is the big jug, but they make a smaller one. So we're just, I just got back and got that stuff all lined up, and I got a little tweak that somebody said something, really talked crap, and then I finally just asked, are you even a beekeeper, bro? I mean, because it's like, he's one of those guys that just gets on to troll you or something. I don't know. And you'll see this probably in a minute. I don't know. I don't care. But, you know, we just do what we can with what we got, you know, and I think we're all in the same boat as far as that. So, you know, I've come from the school. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Earl, thanks, Earl. I saw it that time. I didn't see it last night when you got that little green thing on there. My wife's cooking jambalaya. I won't put you on YouTube, hun. I promise. She gets mad when camera, she runs from it. She's not ugly. She says she just don't like being on camera. I love you too, Mom. So, at any rate, yeah, I mean, I would definitely look for a sugar factory, guys. I don't know, to be honest with you, if these guys are doing it on the sly. I mean, they had cameras and stuff up, and I paid them cash, and you know, and that's just the way it worked. So, you know, I would definitely check it out, because even if you're paying $8 for a 5-gallon pail, you're still saving $6 a bucket, right? So it's definitely worth looking into at least. And guys, don't forget, tonight at 8 o'clock on Houston Shelton's channel is Hillbilly Hives Live this week. So don't forget to tune into that. And, you know, we'll be there. I'll be there, God willing. And we'll see you guys there. See y'all later.